We are now going live. Yes, it says you are live. Great. Okay. So where are we? Where are we? Vivekachudamani. We have to go to the second one. Okay. So we are ready to engage ourselves in the Shravana. Okay. So what is the meaning of Shravana? Any idea?
Sravana is to listen.
Shravana is to listen. Right. So what kind of listening?
What kind of listening? I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What kind means?
Oh, what are the different kinds of listening? So I can just listen, then I can listen with attention, then I can listen with pragmatism, then I can listen with knowledge, then I can listen with debating, then I can listen with argumentation, then I can listen with peacefulness, then I can listen with comfort, I can listen with kindness, or I can listen with experience. These many are there.
I would say active listening. That means you're attentively listening, and then you have questions, you're asking it and clarifying it.
Yeah. I think that is what else in my mind. Kind of Shraddha. Well, while listening, we are giving full attention.
Okay. Okay, now what is the expectation here at the Shravana? Having gone through other things, what is the expectation? Any idea?
My expectation is that all the doubts should be clarified, and the kind of path should be shown, and the steps should be shown to the disciple.
That is right. But I think we covered it. So, what should be there before coming here?
The willingness or the eagerness to understand and
Okay. Are you sure?
maybe yes.
What do you mean? Maybe yes. Then
Or,
we have
or,
to.
or you're trying to say that you have to be prepared in terms of the other things, which we have already discussed. What the shishya should be and what a guru should be.
Ah,
That's all.
correct. That is correct.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's not going to work. Before that, we covered something else. Can you think?
That is a qualification to listen.
Yeah, we covered that.
Yeah, we covered that. Yes.
So, what was that?
Uh, that Shama, Dhamma, Uparati,
Ah, good, good. At least
all
you
that.
remember. Srihari is totally blank.
Uh, yeah, I was trying to think in what context the question is. So yeah, I got lost in that.
Yeah.
I think you should get used to Vilas questioning. So then after some time, you'll get a hang of it. Initially, I was also not understanding what Vilas is driving.
Okay. So, actually, I'm not making it very hard on you guys, but we need to know how many things we should know by now? At least conceptually.
Yeah, the Chatustaya, and then how the guru has to take the direction. What are the questions that Shisha has to ask?
Wait. So let us go with sadhana to chatushtaya.
Yep.
Correct. So what is sadhana?
To achieve sadhana.
Achieve what? What do you want to achieve?
I think before we start this Shravana and all, there are some qualities which you have to cultivate in you
Yes.
in the beginning.
Yes.
So those are called that. So that is the same thing: the Shama, Dhamma, Uparati,
Correct.
Titiksha, and all that, which we have already discussed.
I know we have
So
discussed,
that,
but how much we have we put in practice to come here?
yeah. That is a question.
Yeah, that's the question. Because that is the sadhana. Now he is going to tell you, having known this, what you should do.
Correct. Yeah, that's why I was telling that this is an advanced text.
We have already moved into the sagara. That means he has given the raft. Now he's saying, okay, now jump into the raft and I'll show you how to swim or how to row the boat. We have only seen the boat in the PPT or in the YouTube video. Now he wants us to do it. So, at least for the sake of our own understanding, I will ask all the relevant questions. So, let's see where we are. What is
Okay.
Viveka?
Viveka is a state of mind that it can discriminate between Nitya and Anitya.
Nitya and Anitya, correct. So, what is Nitya here and what is Anitya here?
Nitya is what the Atma or the pure consciousness, and the Anitya is the rest of these things that we are seeing in this world, which changes basically. Anitya is something that has a state which continuously changes.
Okay, fine. So, I don't want to again drill beyond that. I presume you understand what you have said. Okay, then Vairagya.
Detachment, detachment from the whatever the relationships or the bondages. Vairagya, as you have explained, it is viraga, which means getting out of from the raga,
Of what?
of all the worldly things, like the relationships.
Okay, now my question is, what is a world? I didn't wanted to ask you, but you are forcing me to ask. You might think that instead of continuing on the second chapter, he is making my life miserable. But
No,
that
no,
is
not really. Now, when you say world, whatever I see with my eyes, whatever I feel with my eyes, ears, the nose, whatever I understand, sense. So all this is related to the world, which is apara, the worldly things.
right. Good. I don't want to go deeper. I think what you have understood is fine because that is what it is. Third one. What is the third one? Shama. What is Shama?
Shema.
You can take the book if you want.
Control of senses.
Controlling your senses. Okay. Are you sure it is controlling the senses?
Withdrawal of the senses. Something like that.
What is something like that? There can't be something like that. Okay, see, I'll tell you why we are struggling. We should ask why and what. These two important things have to be uh, taken into consideration by a sadhaka.
What are the
Otherwise,
two things?
what and why?
What and why? Okay.
Okay, otherwise, the sadhana for the sadhaka is not going to happen. He cannot establish. Actually, sadhana means to establish on your own. It is like being self-reliant. That's a sadhana. So sadhana, the chatushtaya is with these four things will make you self-reliant on yourself, on your own atma bala. Okay. Presently we are in durbala. Durbala means we are weak. So first thing we need to do is have viveka on what is called as world and what is not called as world. World is that which is of five senses. So that is called as world. So Brahman is something away from these five senses. Simple. Very simple way of looking at the equation. So Brahman Satya Jagat Mithya, if you were to take it, the Mithya part is the five senses. The Brahman is away from these five senses. Okay. Now comes to Vairagya. Vairagya is we have to see that there is a problem in seeing and tasting and touching and all of that, because you will not see what you want to see, you will see everything. You will see what you don't like to see also and what you like to see also. So this is the problem, what we are trying to address. So the viraga, that is cutting out the attraction, is this thing called as seeing, tasting, touching, smelling, feeling. That feeling is through mind, and hearing. You cannot hear what you want to hear. You will hear something what you don't want to hear also. Seeing, you will not be able to see what you want to see, but you will see something else as well. So tasting, you will not taste what you want to taste, but something else. That means there is something else other than what you really want to do, or what the mind wants to do. So there is a defect in this thing. And now what we are doing is, when we come to Shama, we are finding that even the objects which are coming to the senses have a defect. Because that is what is happening, right? So if you really see, I don't like hot temperature, but I am getting hot temperature. And yesterday it rained and now it is cloudy, and I don't want cloudy weather. It is not raining, it is becoming very sultry. Let's take that as an example. So the object which is coming from outside is as defective as the instrument. So there's always a conflict happening between I desire this but I got this. If it works out the way it is, then there is anxiety is gone, but it doesn't happen that way, then there is always an anxiety. So we need to see the defect of the sense object and what next to be done. We should contemplate on this constantly all the waking hours. And such a mind is called as Shama. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about coming out of relationship or doing this or that or whatever it is. No, that is not what it is. Seeing the defect of the sense objects which are coming to the eye and the ear and the nose and the tongue and the touch and the thoughts which are coming, they are distorted. They are not exactly what the mind wants to pick up. So there is a defect. Once we know the defect, what we are trying to do is we are disassociating these senses from the sense object, and that is called as Dhamma. Seeing this defect, we turn back. It's like going on a mirage tour in a desert, going towards the river or a lake which is seen from far. The more you run towards it, the more farther it goes, but the more you return back, the more it follows you. So that's a mirage. So now we know that there is a problem between the two kinds of senses. The Jnana Indriya has a defect, the Karma Indriya also has the same defect. The 5 Karma Indriyas and the 5 Jnana Indriyas have the same defect. So we are disassociating the objects with these sense faculties, if I could call. So this is called as Dhamma or self-control. Then, what do you mean by Uparati? Anyone can reply.
No, I am seeing the message you have sent me earlier, so I can read from there.
Yeah, sure.
That's a good idea.
Freeing the thought from influence of 5 sense objects.
Yeah, correct. Anyway, I had sent it also.
Yeah, you sent it there. So I was trying to recollect, but I don't remember this words, Shama, Dhamma, and all. I don't and what it means actually. But the gist of it, I understand.
Okay. But actually the Uparati is, we have thoughts influencing from outside, you free it off. So you withdraw the thoughts from outside. So what does that mean? Let us say some thought is coming, sensual thought of 5 senses. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do like this. If I were you as Lata or Sri Hari, I would do like this. Sri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Pranamamyaham. So like that I utter 21 times, by which time this thought is gone. You got the point?
Yeah.
That's all I would do. Now let us say somebody is playing music, and this music is the one which I had heard some time ago, and now the mind goes and picks up, or that's not mind, the sense will go and pick up that sense object, which is sound, comes to my ears, and then the mind starts playing that music which was there. So let us say I like this song called as Dam Maro Dam, like whatever that song that is, or some English song, some Kannada song, or whatever song it is, and it's coming, and I feel like enjoying that. At that very moment, I will start reciting Sri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Pranamamyaham. So like that I keep on uttering. Say 7 times, by which this music is gone. Then I could smell coffee. Okay, now my mind says that, hey Vilas, time for coffee. You know this is time, right? Now it is already 10 o'clock almost, so why don't we have a cup of coffee? Then I feel, okay, how should I get coffee? So all the thoughts are going there. And again, what I do is Shri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokaram Karanam Tam Pranamamyaham. So after some time, this coffee smell is also gone. This exact is called Uparati.
Yeah.
You understood?
Yeah. I think I kind of experience it because whenever I do this Ekadasi, so initially when I started the this one Upvasam for this Ekadasi, it was like a little tough, and then I got to get some control on my the tongue tingliness and then the senses and all. I was trying to involve myself in the activities that I'm supposed to do, but then I now realize that that is what is Uparati. Yeah,
Yes, that is Uparati.
good, good to know.
Good. So then we come to Titiksha. So I have written it, so you can read it out.
Okay. So Titiksha is enduring the pain and sufferings of five senses and five sense objects.
Yes. Again, you can use the mantra to do that. Titiksha. Enduring both senses and sense objects is almost impossible. This is what Madhvacharya says you require help of Srihari. You understood? The
Yes.
why Dvaita works and why Advaita doesn't work is that you require somebody's help, right? So you have to keep on reciting Sri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Pranamamyaham. So this we have to keep on reciting now. Otherwise it is not going to work.
Yeah.
I cannot through my mind get rid of this sense and sense objects. Then comes Shraddha.
Shraddha, faith in coming out of these five and sense objects and senses.
Yes, through hearing Shravana and what the Guru says. So complete faith in this thing called as you can come out of sense and sense object and what the Guru is saying. Then Samadhana.
Establishing in Brahman all the time.
This is what we are supposed to be doing. So we have body, we have mind, we have intellect, and we have Atma. So you should be Atmasthita. Seeing it from Atma point of view. Why should I power this guy?
Yeah.
So always the mind will say, hey, please power me. Hey, there's a coffee smell is good. Hey, there is some vehicle going out. So even in lockdown, people are going out. So even you can go out. I don't think so there's a problem. So it keeps on chattering, right?
Yeah.
Now you are putting it through the consciousness and saying that why should I really power this guy? Make this slave feel the slave. Mind is a slave of the consciousness. But for that you require a lot of samadhana. Sama means equal. Adhana means staying in that. So you stay in equanimity. That is Brahman. So you have to place yourself in that. So the oscillations, mental oscillation has only two sides. One is raga side and one is dvesha side. Either you attract to that or you repel from there. Both are same. There's no different. I don't like this mosque sound which is going to come, and I want a temple sound to be there in its place. So as soon as they start and I feel my irritation taking, that means I have gone to the left side of the oscillation, which is called as repulsive tendencies. Now there is a temple sound coming up and then I feel, wow, so nice. So now I am in attractive tendencies. Both are wrong. So it is samadhana. Mumukshatva.
Yearning for liberation from five senses and its objects.
Yes. Why? Because we are bound. So the first thing we need to do is to find whether we are bound or not. So there is no need for liberation for those people who are not bound. If I were to ask somebody, are you bound? He says, are you gone mad? I have not gone to jail at all. I say, yeah, you're right. You didn't go to any jail. Oh, very good. So are you bound by hunger? He says, no, no. What do you mean? My wife or hotel is there, or my husband is preparing, and we are, in fact, all the lockdown people, if I see the status messages are all with food. I prepared cake today. I prepared pudding today. I prepared pav bhaji today. I prepared this today, that today, and everybody is putting their photographs. So, do you think are they bound?
They are bound, no doubt.
No, they are not bound.
Okay.
If you go
From
and,
their point of view, they are not bound.
yes, if you go and ask them, they will say no. Who's saying we are bound? I'm just asking the government to lift this lockdown so that we can go and eat outside. It's very difficult to see that we are bound. And then only you will come to see that there is a yearning for liberation. Otherwise, there is no need for liberation. So, this is what it is. I think it's time.
Oh, it's already 10 o'clock. I didn't see the time.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I had to start with this before we started on the second one.
Yeah, but it is good.
Really good. Yes. Thank you.
No issues. So that's a see. I had promised Sri Hari that this Vivekachudamani will do it practically, not theoretically. Otherwise, you will get the videos and you will get the book and everything.
Yeah.
So now, do you remember all of these 9?
Sorry, Vilas.
Do you remember now all the 9 of them? 6 plus 3.
Yeah.
So Viveka, Vairagya, then
Shama, Dhamma,
Shama,
Shama,
Dhamma,
Dhamma.
Uparati,
Uparati, Titiksha,
Titiksha, Samadhana,
Mumukshatva.
Mumakshatva. No, we left Shraddha.
Yeah, Shraddha.
Ah, yeah, correct.
See, now that itself is a problem. Shraddha itself is a problem. We don't have faith now. We missed it. So, start with Viveka. So, the assignment for all the 3 of us is that start with Viveka in the day, real, unreal. Vairagya, try to stay in Vairagya for today in terms of what is that I'm seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, and thinking. Then come into Shama, trying to see the defects of the sense objects. Then the Dhamma, ensuring that what should I ensure for Dhamma?
They don't cause any disruption to your senses.
You
Understand?
you remove the sense objects from the 10 senses.
Yeah.
So you're running out, you're
Turn
turning
away.
away. You're turning
Turn
away.
away.
Yes, you're turning away. So the only way you can understand this turning away is that you imagine you are in a desert and you're looking at a mirage and you are running towards the lake, which you are finding it in that mirage. You will never get it. So what you're doing is you're turning away and the lake starts following you.
Yeah.
So you are having self-control because you're not going towards it. Even though it is turning towards you now. As far as you run away, that much it is going to run towards you. So now you want to go towards it, again it runs away from you.
Yeah.
Then Uparati.
So that is freeing the thoughts
Freeing the thoughts of what? From the senses.
from the senses.
Yeah,
So first
so-
is turning away from the senses, and then also even if you turn away, then you can still have the thought about
Yes,
it.
yes.
Remove that thought.
So you're doing. So what is the alternative for that when the thought comes?
That is the mantra you want to say.
Yes, mantra. Good. So then this titiksha, enduring all the sorrows and suffering which is coming out of senses and sense objects, need either trying to redress them or struggle to get them relieved through either getting them or taking revenge against them. So that will cause for anxiety. So if you are anxious, or if three of us are anxious of something, then we are not in titiksha. So we are not enduring that pain of sense and sense objects. Then shraddha. Shraddha is faith in ensuring that a sense and sense object don't trouble us. So we go by the scriptural references and also by what Guru says. And then samadhana. It is senses and beyond senses. So try to put yourself beyond the sense and try to see that why am I powering this instrument in the first place. Find out, are we in bondage or are we already liberated? That is mumukshatva.
Okay.
So these 9, if you have practiced today, tomorrow we can go to second chapter. Else we'll again come back here.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So this applies to me also.
Okay.
Done. Okay then.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.